Monique Samuels says she is never going back to Housewives of Potomac.
I mean, it was always a choice for her, you know, like she actually has 4 homes. She doesn't like have like a barn that's still being furnished with tacky accoutrements. And then, you know, she's not in an apartment that, you know, is I'm not sure if you're frozen or you're
just
so
listening.
good at
I'm
no,
listening.
it's just like he's just like I guess what you are right now. But yeah, Monique isn't, you know, a struggling she isn't a struggling hat salesman in an apartment that she's renting, you know? So she doesn't have to do this.
Are you saying Rob Dixon is a haberdasher? Rob Dixon. Haberdasher. That haberdasher, that title just fits her. Haberdasher. It's so masculinity.
I mean, I can't wait till next season, honestly, but I'm gonna miss Monique. But I get it. Like she has a beautiful family. She's paid. She doesn't worry about anything. She dresses nice. Her hair is usually on point. Like her story on there is over. Like the fans want her back, but it's fine.
What do you see for her next? Do you think that she's going to come back to television in a different form?
I mean, with Housewives, it's like you never say never. Like maybe 2 seasons will pass by and then she'll be like, okay, I want some attention again, and she'll come back. Because I'm going to be honest. I mean, I love Monique. I get it. But that Not for Lazy Moms, I mean, I can't see that being, you know, bread and butter.
People seem to love the essential oils. There was a lot of kerfuffle when those oils came out. So maybe it'll work. We'll see how this podcast goes. And her YouTube is, I haven't looked at it yet, but I will make my way around and see if it's interesting.
But catching up to topics that just happened earlier in the week. So unfortunately, y'all, we couldn't get together to do the Wendy Williams documentary, but let's just do our quick thoughts on what we thought about the entire night.
It wasn't shit. It wasn't nothing for us to get together for. After I watched the movie, I was so depressed. And I'm going to tell you, it was my fault, y'all. It was my fault. I told him, I said, I looked at that thing and I said, I'm too tired to do the scheduling today because, you know, it's a 3-hour time zone difference. And then we got to be sending the video back and forth. We worked hard to get y'all this show. We be working. But I said, no. I said no. It was me. It was all me because there wasn't shit to talk about. Now, honestly, it's a quick recap because all it was the same thing in the movie with just more tears. I am sorry this man ruined your life. You are a cautionary tale. Do not let these men ruin your life. This is why I'm so intent on buying a home so I have somewhere of my own. Ain't no man coming in here and f***ing up my groove.
Yeah, that was a long ass night of Wendy. That was 4 hours. And like I said in my review, y'all, I was like, I am not watching this twice. So I have my notepad out. I'm taking the notes. And I mean, it was a 1.5 star type movie. And the actress did really well. Shout out to, what's her name? Sierra Payton from New Orleans. Like, class of 04. She didn't go to my high school. She went to one of my rivaling high schools. But like, I'm glad for her. But other than that, the movie like stank. Like it really did. She left things out conventionally, which I was like, she had a first marriage. She just omitted that whole thing out. And then the time skips. Like we were going through decade in the first 30 minutes. We went through 1970 to 1995 in the first 30 minutes. Like for those of you who watch WandaVision.
I was about to say it.
Yeah, she did more time skips than WandaVision. Seriously. I was just like, what are we doing right now? And then she just magically got over smoking crack. Like, how do you just get over that? You know, she was a functioning addict. I get that, but she didn't just stop. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, she I don't know. And then she left out just she had some real celebrity feuds too. Like the thing is, like, even besides the mess, I wanted to know more about Wendy through her college years, what inspired her, like her impact on radio. I didn't get that. That's why I was just like, this should have been named What's Love Got to Do with It? The Kevin and Wendy story. That's what it should have been named because it was all about this man. I was just so frustrated.
Just like Wendy.
Exactly. And then the documentary, that's the thing that's worth watching. Like, I could have just saved my 2 hours and just watched that. It was like the documentary was made before the movie. And then that's what they told the director to work with. Just solely off of this documentary, make the movie. I think the movie came second. And of course they filmed in Canada because it's like pennies on the dollar to film there. I don't know. It was just a cheap production. Just so cheap.
And then her supposed nice new apartment. Who has black walls?
I mean, people have black walls, but I guess what you do with it, you know, I don't know.
That place looked
she just looked really, I mean, her life was depressing. Well, parts of it. But I gotta say, I'm glad I reviewed it. I mean, 10,000 views in 3 days. That's more subscribers than I have. I'm happy for that. Thank you, y'all, for whoever watched. I'm glad y'all thought it was funny, but I really was just giving my honest opinion on that movie because it was really bad.
It was, and there wasn't anything new. There wasn't anything to it. There was no substance. Like, it was like one long Mad TV parody.
Exactly.
And that's all we have to say, and that wasn't enough for a video.
See, I can see how things work out. It was just worth a small, tiny segment. That was it.
That, I mean, really, like, they beat that dead horse enough.
Right.
Or dead marriage.
I just don't want to hear anything about it anymore. And Father God, can we stop with the Whitney movies, please? Like, I'm tired. I don't know how many stories we can do. Like, I feel like someone's gonna try to pay Robin for her book rights to turn that into a movie. We're gonna get the love story between Robin and Whitney this time. I'm just like, come on.
With Janelle as Whitney, and who's going to play Robin?
Tiana Taylor. Shit. She's like
perfect
she's in high
casting.
demand right now.
Perfect casting.
Can we get people whose like lives I actually want to know about? Can we get a Cicely Tyson movie now? Like, to see her life? She's lived like such a life.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I would say Erica Alexander could play her.
Well, Twitter already said the chick from Set It Off, and she played in Why Did I Get Married?
Kimberly Elise.
Kimberly Elise, yes.
No, I'm sorry. I want that to go to Erica Alexander.
I have to Google her. I don't think I like know her name immediately.
Maxine from Living Single.
Oh, okay. I love her.
Yeah, her.
What has she been doing all these years? Like, has she been in?
She has been producing. She actually did a documentary on John Lewis, Good Trouble. That just came out like a couple months ago. But she's gotten more into like the production side. But because she was doing an interview, she also like her and her husband, who's like a director, they have a comic book for Black kids. And she was doing an interview about that and talking about like the reality world and like how like the roles kind of dried up. And that's like what, you know, got her into different creative mediums. And it was a really good interview. I can't remember where it was. I was listening to it in a car somewhere in the city. But she's been in production kind of like ever since then.
And just while we're on the topic of like television and movies, the Golden Globe nominations came out and I was very angry. I was very angry the other day. And that's only because like last year was just so much good Black content. And I'm just like, none of it was like recognized. I mean, I feel like they're really going to be pushing this 3 female directors in one category to try to like distract everybody. But like Michaela Cole had the best show of 2020. Like, and nothing. She wrote it, co-directed, executive produced it, nothing. I May Destroy You, I just can't believe it. But other than that, Lovecraft Country got one nomination in Best Drama Series. Journey Smollett, like, she didn't get nothing. I was like, what is this? Emily in Paris got nominated from Netflix. Nurse Ratched, that Ratched from Ryan Murphy, that got nominated. I'm tired. I mean, Golden Globes, it was always a glorified paperweight. It always was. But for some reason, the media like attunes that to like what to look forward to for the Oscars. So they kind of latch themselves onto like the Oscars and the Emmys. When the Golden Globes doesn't really mean anything. It's the Hollywood Foreign Press, Associated Press. It's people who have no type of like discernment for great content. I'm gonna wait for like, you know, the Writers Guild or the Directors or Producers Guild or something, or BAFTA, but not Golden Globes.
I, like you, am disgusted. Journey definitely should have gotten a nom. And Michaela should have gotten a few. And I didn't even watch the show, but I can tell by everyone's reaction, oh no, this needed attention.
Right. I mean, it was like a real life story, like her story. And I'm just like, really? So we can reward white women like who do it, like with when Fleabag was awarded all these awards, but when a Black girl does it, it's by the wayside. I don't know. It annoyed me so much, but I'm holding out hope for the Emmys or the Critics' Choice Award. It's award season. And I think the SAG Awards comes out today. I gotta go look at that. But anywho, fuck Golden Globes. Can you believe it's Super Bowl weekend? I had no idea.
That's this weekend.
I think it's this weekend.
I thought it was next weekend.
No, it's this weekend. Are we getting a Housewives of Atlanta too? We might. I don't know, because I didn't even know the Super Bowl was gonna be this weekend. The Weeknd is performing.
No, out of fucks.
You know I don't care. Like white people love The Weeknd. And maybe there's some Black people too, but I can't get on him anymore. He's boring to me.
I couldn't tell you a Weeknd song if my life depended on it.
He's had a few. It's just I'm just kind of worn out by him.
He does look worn out, yes.
And he's young too. Like, I think he's still in his 20s.
Oh, he got that little mama syndrome. Young old face.
Probably. But he was real misshapen and haphazard when he came out. That's why he didn't really have an image too much. It was more so the voice. And then when he finally, like, you know, got big, you know, when you get rich, you know, you do stuff with your hair, your skin start clearing up, your teeth get straighter, you know, stuff like that.
I wonder what I'll do when I get rich.
Rich. I know, for some reason, I just thought of Nene Leakes just now. Rich.
Oh, Lord. Nene is still out here whining and complaining that people aren't boycotting Bravo. She said Portia's scared to lose her paycheck. I mean, she's sounding just more detached from reality by the day.
Oh, wait. Let me check my pockets. Nope. No fucks. No fucks here. None. Speaking of sporting events, for some reason this got a lot of press earlier in the week, and it was Courtside Karen. Did you see the whole event?
I saw a little bit of it, and apparently they were yelling at LeBron, and he told them to stop it, and then they got ejected.
Yes, it was a Hawks and Lakers game, and there was a woman who claimed she was defending her husband against LeBron James while he was doing his thing on the court. So the guy was like trash talking LeBron, because I'm guessing he was beating his favorite team, the Hawks. So then They were ejected from the game while things continued. The woman later went on social media to tell her side of everything. Like, it was like a back and forth, and she looked like some type of like wannabe housewife.
Oh yeah, I saw the memes with the. They put her face on Taylor's.
She said, well, in the video that she posted, she threatened LeBron James, saying that, like, yeah, don't talk about my husband or I will kick your ass. And she said that he told her to shut the fuck up, bitch, or something like that. I don't know. Like, what was the purpose of that? I'm not sure. She wanted to be a white woman in distress. You know, a black man just yelled at me and I got kicked out the game. I don't know.
LeBron should have bounced a basketball off that husband's head and called it a day.
No, his wife should have came across the court and snatched her ass. That's what I think.
Where was Savannah? Where was Savannah? We need her at every game, security from now on.
Was she there? I don't know. I don't watch basketball, so y'all gonna have to tell us in the comments. I don't know if she was there or not, but I wonder what she would have done if she was sitting near them, at least.
I think it would be a simple, open-handed slap to the mouth.
Yes, that's all it takes, really.
A quick stunning.
So the backlash was really hot against this woman, and she apologized. She put out a statement a few days later. It was all this, where was all this rah, rah, rah? But I'm guessing when she finally got that name, the moniker of Courtside Karen, she was like, okay, I need to calm down before this follows me for the rest of my life.
Too late.
So about last night, to say things escalated quickly at yesterday's game is an understatement. And I want to apologize for losing my cool and removing my mask in the heat of the moment. My husband is a huge sports fan and we're passionate people. What should have been a quick back and forth between two adults got out of hand and my natural instinct to stand up for my man kicked in. Did I get defensive when it happened? Yes. Did I use offensive language when I could have taken the high road? Yes. And for these things, I take full responsibility.
What lawyer put that together?
That was her reel for Housewives to try to get on there.
I suppose. BH1 has an issue with Zeus stealing their stars and has sent a cease and desist.
Really? But Ray J and Princess, they're executive producers of one of the shows. I mean, they're willingly doing it.
Mm-hmm. But they're tired of everybody running over there. Ray J has a different contract than everybody else.
Well, VH1, if you actually paid your talent, and I'm saying that, talent, then they won't be running over to the next competitor.
It's a good point. If you stop filming as an infomercial, let these people into SAG-AFTRA and put out some real craft services instead of chicken gift cards, you might get a little loyalty.
Like, what is with these Love and Hip Hop, like, Zoom panel sessions? And then we have Tammy Roman and her man, and they're talking about all their love lives. I don't want to hear about that.
I tried to watch that for 2 seconds and I threw up in my mouth. Like, it was horrific. It was horrific. And then, like how did Tammy Roman's young Slow turn into an old Slow? Because he was sitting up there looking traumatized. He has aged. I'm like, how you looking Tammy's age? How? He looked like he on that stuff. Like he's hanging out with his girls, Crystal and Tina. Those eyes were wide.
Yeah, her husband, they're married now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he looks the same age as her. Like she said that he's 17 years younger than her. I was like, what? I forgot about that. They look the same age now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Tammy hit 50. I think she did.
Yep.
I think he's your age. Isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Or younger than us. No. Like 33. No, he's younger than us.
But looks older.
Wow.
A tragedy.
Sorry to that man. But yeah, VH1 needs some content. I'm not really sure what they have now.
They're going to be doing like a quarantine family reunion where like Yandy, Mendici, Mama D and Scrappy, Bambi, Carly Red. Like they're just getting like a hodgepodge of like all the cast together and putting them in a house.
Mendices is out the clink.
Out the clink. Him and Yandy were in there because you know he needed check. And he was in there looking just as confused, like he was back in prison. And I mean, that does sound like a prison, being trapped in a house with like the cast of New York and Atlanta. Oh God, no. And the sad thing is, I know Mariah Lynn's not gonna be there.
I mean, you think she deserves to be there?
We're talking about love and hip hop. Why wouldn't she?
Moving on. So last week, you know, we talked about Trey Songz, and what I said was, oh, is his OnlyFans out? And, you know, I'm pretty sure like something's gonna happen where he needs a distraction. And lo and behold, what happens? We get, I'm not even gonna call it a sex tape, we get a salacious video of him being
serviced
orally, came out. And you can only see his tattoo on his arm and his penis. And Twitter was going wild.
Like they had never seen a penis before. I was like, y'all ain't been to Washington Heights. They got you can't walk 2 blocks without running into one.
It's a PR play. If you're having trouble with bad publicity, leak your nudes. It changes the conversation. It changes the narrative. That's all you have to do. And it's Trey Songz. That's all he has to offer right now. He can't offer that Billy Goat voice. Him and Jussie Smollett, like, they have that goat voice down. But yeah, like, when's the last time we cared about Trey's music? We talked about that the last episode. Like, all he has right now is his body. And the thing is, it blows my mind how people just forget. Like a few months ago, back in August, where Kiki was telling her story, Believe Black Women, another woman came forward about allegations, and oh Lord, his penis, where's his penis? I want to see the penis. Like, just, oh, he can get this. I'm just like, really? Really, y'all? I want more for us. I really do.
All those memes, this is me knocking on Trey Songz' door. I'm like, now girl, I mean, we can all appreciate a fine man, but like, just it's the assholicness for me. It's the assholicness for me where I'm just like, okay, big dick is a dime a dozen. Like you can find big dick. You can rent one for $150 an hour. They cheap.
My thing is there's so many non-problematic men with big dicks attached to them. Like, why are we acting like, you know, the bar's in hell? And then,
exactly.
Then we see Chris Brown and Tory Lanez are threatening to make music together. I'm just like, what is going on? And people be supporting Tory Lanez. And speaking of that, yeah, Tory Lanez was on Clubhouse, and you know the how the speakers and the stage or whatever, someone brought someone from the audience on stage, and they literally just asked him, "Why did you shoot Meg Thee Stallion?" The whole stage blew up on this person. Oh, are you for real? You got women was defending Tory Lanez in the room. Like, are you for real? Get the hell out of here with that shit. What? Are you for real? I thought that was a valid question. Like, why did you shoot a woman? Like, this is happening in our own community. And then Shade Room, like, they have a good post to say about Tory Lanez every 3 days, it seems like. I don't get it.
I want more for us too.
I really do. Like, there's so many problematic artists right now that are just getting off scot-free. And it's because, you know, oh, it's not a white woman being abused, so no one cares. No, like, getting back to Trey Songz, it's just, this cancel culture is just, sometimes it's just BS to me because we cancel who we want to.
When we want to, and then we'll revive them.
And when it's conveniently serves us, that's all. And I'm not gonna say the last episode because, woo, I enjoy reading the comments on that one.
In other news, let me give you all a warning. That silhouette challenge, Well, because you can download videos, put them in your editor, you can edit out the red filter and then just see what's going on. And so unless you want like your nudes out there, don't do the silhouette challenge. Or if you're gonna do it in something where I'm okay with being seen in this if somebody decides to take the red filter off, because it's not that difficult.
Look, I mean, I thought it was clever at first. I mean, I really loved the one that Tiffany Haddish did with Common. I thought that was cute. But you have people like just straight up fucking now, and some people don't even know what a silhouette is. It's just them. You can see everything in a red light. It's not the red light special challenge, y'all. It's the silhouette challenge. So I think people need to know what silhouette means, and they also need to know how to spell it too. I'm just saying. And then one person, since you mentioned the silhouette challenge, I think it was a bus driver. He did it on the bus and he got fired.
How did they know which bus it was? It was a silhouette.
It was this story on Love Beat Scott that I scrolled through. I was like, we're not going to talk about this. But since you brought it up, I saw it and I was just like, oh, the headline read, "Man gets fired for doing the silhouette challenge at work," or something like that.
Oh, damn, that's a good job too. That gets city benefits.
I mean, choices.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have been naked ass cheeks on the bus pole and he'd have his job.
Well, I didn't read the article, so hopefully he wasn't naked on the bus, but I don't know. You just never know.
Probably if he got fired for doing the silhouette challenge.
Especially because there's security footage on buses now. Did he not think of that?
Maybe he thought when he turned the bus off, like the cameras turned off or something. Maybe he didn't know.
Lord.
Do you experience stress or have anxiety? Do you have chronic pain or have trouble sleeping at least once a week? You're not alone. Many of us do. I know that it's taken me a moment to relax and calm down after this stressful election season, insurrection. I need to calm my anxiety about the world. And I found something that helped. Feels. Feels is premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. Feels naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. I simply take 2 drops before bed and I'm out like a light. Mind quieted so I can focus on getting a good night's sleep. Feels is something that lets you lay back and just count sheep.
So it's easy to take. All you do is put a few drops under your tongue and you feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. So leave room to experiment over the course of a week or so. You may need to take more or less to get the effects you're after. Feels provides real human support. If you're new to CBD, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience. Feels also works naturally to help you feel better. There's no high, hangover, or addiction. Join the Feels community to get Feels delivered to your doorstep every month. You'll save money on every order and you can pause or cancel at any time. Feels has us feeling our best every day, and it can help you too. Become a member today by going to feels.com/roast and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/roast to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. That's feels.com/roast. So maybe you can like enlighten me on this feud between Tommy from Love and Hip Hop and Natalie Nunn. They're supposed to be doing like a boxing match between each other. Have you heard of this?
I have heard of it. Now, I think what happened was, you see, when you're talking about a Natalie Nunn, you're really talking about 2 separate entities. There's Natalie, and then there's her chin. Now, I can tell by her chin is sharp and blunt. So that is a type of chin that will go off on its own and get into its own altercations, skirmishes, and arguments with other people. So because the chin always comes back and attaches itself to Natalie, Natalie gets pulled into the mess that her chin started. Her chin will write a check that she can't cash. So, you know, Tommy is belligerent, ignorant.
But she is a good fighter right here.
Yes, she is. And so I feel like the chin started some mess with Tommy, or Tommy might have started some mess with the chin. I could just see them getting into it at the bar. And then now Natalie's involved and Natalie needs a check. So she's like, well, let's do the boxing match. And Tommy needs a check. So she's like, let's do the boxing match.
And then she can legally whip somebody's ass. I mean, I think she's here for it.
I think it's, you know, maybe we should have more of this, like WrestleMania, Slam Fest and all that. Like, yeah, it could be fake, ridiculous, you know, take those fights to the ring. Young Jock versus Scrap De Leon.
I actually want people that don't like each other to fight.
Mama D versus Mama Mignon. I want Mama D to come with that tooth already out, ready to box.
So Natalie and Tommy, they were both getting into it on this Gentleman's Live, like going back and forth. Natalie was like really trying to curse Tommy out. Tommy was just like, oh yeah, okay girl. She finally hung up. But like Marlo Hampton once said, check my charges. Like, I'm just not gonna underestimate Tommy. I'm really not. I really think she's gonna wear her out. Do I want to watch this match? Probably not. But I do want to know what the outcome is.
I want to watch.
I want to see Masika and Hazel E go at it. Like, it's just like they have to at this point.
Let
think
them fight. Exactly. A clean fight in the ring. I'd love to watch both of them train. I think Hazel E has an advantage because when you hit her with the jab to the nose, it's like that nose is just going to absorb all the impact because it's fake.
I think she'll be kind of nervous to like have any damage to her face because she's got so much work on it done. So
at this point, you know, it's more just like she has like probably like a mask that she just puts on to shape it every morning. It's like Jell-O. You just put it in, let it cool and set.
Other than that fight, the only confirmed fight that that's on the internet right now is one that's coming up between Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter. I'm not sure where that came from.
I mean, desperation. That's where it came from. Aaron Carter was like doing one of those OnlyFans things that like became popular during the pandemic. So he's gone from peddling penis to now peddling punches. It's strung out versus strung out.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. So one of our main stories today, Lil Uzi Vert got a $24 million pink diamond embedded into his forehead. Do you want to take this or me? Who's going to go first? Do you want to hear the story first?
Give us the story, please.
He dropped some really big cash on a pink diamond from famed jeweler Elliot Elante. Uzi reveals he's been paying for this diamond since 2017, so it is worth $24 million. He tweeted, I've been paying for a natural pink diamond to this person for years now. This one stone cost so much, I've been paying for it since 2017. That was the first time I saw a real natural pink diamond. A fan asked him, so the diamond's worth more than your cars? And he was like, yes, my Bugatti can't even pay for it. All my cars together plus home. This took so long, now I can get this money. And he said he'll never do a purchase like this again. Like, what an egregious, idiotic way to spend your money. Like, I get that it's his money, but it's just so dumb. And then we saw the pictures, like the shit looked crooked at first, but he said it's setting. And then he posted another picture with it bleeding. Like it was going down his face. And he was like, oh, if I move this wrong, I might die. I was like, are you serious? Like the infections that he can get from this, like the possibility of so many infections happening just because you want the mind stone in the middle of your head. Like, I don't get it.
Now, I never thought I would say this, but Thanos, please snatch that stone.
And you bring up a good point. What if this person is robbed? You know, like what if someone can just yank that out? That's $24 million you're walking. You better have security with you around at all times. All times. I don't get it.
Also, what if you get into a car accident and it just flies out? What if you trip and fall down the stairs and it just bonk and nobody finds it? Or somebody finds it weeks later and they're like, yeah, you're gonna pay me for this. Or they'll just break it into smaller pieces and then sell it.
Or he did say he has insurance on it, but
that's a high premium. That's a high premium and a high deductible.
But so many things can happen. Like, what if you sweat? What happens when you age? Like, is your skin cells gonna like? I don't know. Like, I just wonder. Like, did he really think through?
Also, it looks terrible because the thing is, you know why diamonds are put in rings and jewelry and they're set a certain way? To maximize the reflection and how they catch the light. When the light goes into the diamond, it has nothing to reflect off of but skin. Skin absorbs light. It doesn't reflect it. So it looks dull and cheap. It probably would look great independent or a ring or something, but it looks cheap and Claire's-esque because it doesn't have anything to shine off of. All the light just goes in and just stays there.
Oh, I mean, I wish some knowledge got into that head. I really wish. It's just so dumb. It's like a Boondocks episode. It's just to save all that money up and just the climate that we're in right now, and you're spending $24 million on this. I'm gonna make a Pop Roast prediction though. I think it'll be out of his forehead by next year.
Ditto.
I can see that happening. He's not gonna have that in his head for like more than a year.
And speaking of the Mind Stone, WandaVision. I am in love. It is amazing. I love that it's 30 minutes. They do so much in such a short amount of time. I am impressed.
Wow, you actually like it?
I love it. It's incredible. I mean, it's meta. It's interesting. It's funny. It's got a good build up. I am all in.
I'm glad you like it. As a comic book fan, a geek, someone who knows everything about the MCU, like there's just so many like Easter eggs in every episode, but you can still enjoy it if you're like a non-fan. But a lot of people were complaining because you probably got to watch it 1 through 4, correct?
Yes.
Right. So that's the thing. Like I think people who don't really know too much about it need to watch the show 1 through 4, because the only episodes that we were given was 1 and 2. And then after that, it was just like, okay, we get 3. A lot of people were getting frustrated, like, okay, what's going on? But when you see everything, that's when like, oh, okay. Because they're laying the groundwork for a story. Something Wendy Williams didn't do.
Yeah, I tried to watch it at first and I was just like really confused. And then I was like, okay, there was something about it that made me want to give it another shot. And it's like the first episode, it was really like, there was only like one, something's off here. And then the second episode, you had 2 of those moments. And then the third episode, it's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. All right. Okay, I see you now. Okay, you're the Red Witch. Okay, I get it now. I didn't know who Wanda was. And then the first episode, like she had these like bewitched ass powers. And I was like, now I'm somewhat familiar with the Marvel universe and you should not be stressing out over how to make a damn dinner for some people. You should have more control of your powers, girl. What the fuck you doing just floating some shit around? Like, come on now. Come on, if you're gonna use magic, use it right. This should be a finger snap affair, but.
Yeah, like if you're not familiar with the Scarlet Witch from Marvel, like she has the ability to control reality around her. From the source material, she just created her own reality to where it fit her, and then she had kids in it. But this was all like the plot of some other entity. So then when things go crazy, she starts to slowly lose her mind. So every episode going forward now is going to get crazier and crazier and crazier until she becomes the villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I love WandaVision, and I'm very happy that I have. I don't know if I'm going to review it. but I think it's just a show I may watch for fun. Are you thinking about reviewing Basketball Wives?
I'm definitely doing Hoop Dreams and Heifers, definitely.
You're like, I'm not gonna miss a chance to cuss out Heflin Lozada.
I'm also going to review the Coming to America movie, which comes out next month. Speaking of things we don't care about, Ja Rule posts on his social media that he graduated from Harvard online business course. He posted this like it was a flex. Seriously, like, can't anybody do this class? It's like an online course.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have so many celebrities saying, "Oh, I went to Harvard. I got my online degree from Harvard. I'm smart, y'all. I'm smart."
It is not even a degree, it's a certificate. It's like a 3-day program.
Yes. And I did some digging, and each course lasts between 4 and 8 weeks and costs between $950 to $4,500.
So some stuff we could all do.
Right, like Harvard Business School, Harvard Law, okay, I get it, but just, I don't know, I think it's the flexing. Like you went to Harvard. That's the thing. Like I'm always for people educating themselves and getting like a certified course to help them. But when you start promoting it to like, this is from Harvard, y'all, then that's when I'm just like,
It's the same crap Sierra was doing last summer. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
It's like me saying like, oh yeah, I'm starring in this movie and I wind up being an extra that has like 3 seconds in it in the movie. You know? It's like you're embellishing.
Like Robin's hat. Oh wait, or is that embezzling?
It's embellished, but it's embezzlement to me.
And to the IRS too.
Well, I'm glad she paid down that debt.
Garcelle said on the Ellen DeGeneres show that the girls are coming this season on Beverly Hills.
Really?
I mean, it's your second season, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. They are going to get in your business. That's always the second season rule.
Well, considering that Erica Jane should be the main focus of everybody, like, it's weird that they would come for Garcelle, you know? Like, I think whenever something's going on in the other ladies, like the Alpha Girls, you know, like that little group now that they have, where it's like Renna, Erica, Dorit, and Kyle. Kyle! I can't wait to start saying that again every episode. They like to gang up on one person to distract from what's going on in their lives.
I think Erica will become the focal point later in the season as shit hits the fan. And speaking of coot news, Tom Girardi has been kicked out of his $15 million Pasadena mansion. It will be sold at auction in 14 days.
Wow. Well, yeah, Erica Jane, she moved to like a different home or something like that. They said it's only 1.5 million. I'm just like, okay.
Well, in Beverly Hills, that's like peasant.
Well, compared to Bling Empire, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Bling Empire. Are you reviewing that?
No, I'm enjoying your reviews though.
It is a really good show. I mean, now that is money. But why are all the sissies unattractive? I mean, I'm sorry. If I had that, I would look like Kevin. I would not look like Kane. I'm sorry.
Kevin looks.
And then that pie-faced sissy. I don't care how nice his house is. You still wake up looking like a pie-faced sissy, and I can't. As much as you know how to do hair, you got to keep this thing in front of you. Get rid of it. No, like this is not working for you.
You know who he looks like? Did you used to watch Ren and Stimpy? Like powdered toast man. That's how his head is shaped.
You know what? He looks like one of the elephants from the bar.
To someone else with money, Mariah Carey. Did you read her memoir?
No.
Well, her sister did and is suing her now. I read her book and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was very honest. I don't think Mariah Carey has a reason to lie about her childhood. But yeah, her estranged sister has filed a lawsuit against the singer claiming she was humiliated by Mariah's memoir. In the chapter, it's titled Dandelion Tea. I love that chapter too. It's really good. Mariah alleged that when she was 12 years old, her then 20-year-old sister Allison drugged her with Valium, left her in a car let her go on a disturbing car ride with her then ex-boyfriend, who was a pimp, And Allison burned her throwing boiling tea on her, according to Manhattan Supreme Court summons filed Monday. So yeah, in the document it says, despite knowing about problems that Allison faces, Mariah, in quote, used her status as a public figure to attack her penniless sister, generating sensational headlines describing lurid claims to promote sales of her book, end quote, the suit alleges. So, with that said, Allison is demanding $1.25 million for claims of intentional infliction of immense emotional distress caused by defendant's heartless, vicious, vindictive, despicable, and totally unnecessary public humiliation of defendant's already profoundly damaged older sister, the suit charges. That is a mouthful, and she's representing herself.
Oh, God.
I was like, what?
Mariah, you may not want this to go to jury. You probably should have just paid the heifer up front, because when you put people's lives out there, you run this risk. This is why a lot of people will use pseudonyms and say, and kind of change things and say, oh, a friend or, a relative, but they won't say it's their sister. If this gets in front of the right jury, I could see them giving her something because they're going to take pity on her sorry self.
Penniless, as the court documents say, penniless.
This is why I don't play in court.
Well, if you got the money, you can. And I'm pretty sure Mariah Carey can just,
Who wants to be bothered? The whole point of having money is to have peace. I don't want somebody calling me, nipping at my heels. It's a no-win situation for her because it's either bad press or having to deal with court, having to deal with your lawyers, having to make decisions, dragging on and on. I don't want to be bothered.
So you would rather take the arbitration route?
I would have paid the heifer before the book came out. I would have paid her for the rights to her story. It's like, look, I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to make money off it. Here you go. Here you go. Stay out of my life. Here you go. Because that way I don't have to deal with this after the fact. I can just have my book out and that'll be that. And I don't have to worry about people crawling out of the woodwork.
Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. Glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses, sunglasses, progressives, and blue light lenses are also available.
So the whole process is very simple. You just take the quiz. So I got the home try-on kit. The glasses, I loved all three of them. I really couldn't choose which ones I wanted. The quality was just so great. So then once I chose my glasses, and this was the pair that I went with. I love these, they're durable, they're one of my favorite colors. And yeah, it was just so simple. I love them so much. It was just such an easy, simple transaction. Thank you so much to Warby Parker. Warby Parker now offers contact lenses, including their very own daily contact lens, Scout by Warby Parker. Scout is a comfortable, breathable, and affordably daily contact lens. A 90-day pack is only $55. In addition to Scout, Warby Parker also carries a wide variety of other contact lens brands, including AccuV and Biofinity. For all our Pop Roast listeners, try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. It ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/roast. That's warbyparker.com/roast. Portia Williams insists that Kenya Moore's butt is not natural. This is actually a headline. Basically, she quoted, "I thought we all had this figured out years ago." Williams told a virtual audience member on a late night talk show, "It's not her ass, that's it. Stop asking, it's not her ass." Andy Cohen then pressed her, "Well, whose is it?" She said, "I don't know what's in there. All I know is that it is ready to go back from where it came from." I think it is it's one of Kenya's buttons to talk about her butt or her boob job or anything like that. What's wrong with just saying I got some work done on my ass? What's so wrong about that?
I guess she wants to claim being a natural beauty, like, with her hair. And she's like, well, I can't let people know I was wearing a wig.
Yeah, there's that. I forgot about that. She loves bragging that all her hair is hers. I'm just like, okay, we get it. I mean, it doesn't make you any better than other ladies.
It doesn't make you any better, any smarter. It doesn't make your husband stay with you. So, if it's natural or if it's not, you still can't keep a man.
I thought that was really funny what Marlo said, like, well, it was injections. She was like, it wasn't injections. You did something with your body. You did something has been done to your body. And she wondered why Kenya hates her. I think what it is she got the little, like, you take some fat away from your stomach and you put it in your ass. It's technically, naturally your own fat, but it was a procedure done to your ass. Like, that's the little leeway. Like, she doesn't have injections. I agree, she doesn't have injections, but I do think she has a fat transfer. A bad one, but it was a fat transfer.
I could see that too.
Because that's how what Kim Kardashian said when she said, oh, there was nothing done to my ass, it's just this big. Bullshit. You got a fat transfer. You got it sculpted, body sculpted. Oh, Lord. And speaking of Housewives news, they are bringing back the Real Housewives of Miami.
Oh,
Do
good.
we care? Oh, you care?
Yes.
I mean, hopefully they replace it with interesting women.
I think so too. I think it's going to be diverse. I definitely want to see some Afro-Latino money. I'm here for it. I think now that they're like really focusing on let's have a diverse group of women, I think it's going to be a much more interesting group of women.
Right. I don't want to see a lot of white passing Cuban people that vote for Trump. That's what I don't want to see.
At all.
Right. Now, the only thing I remember from Miami is when that woman like clocked her in the face and no one made a big deal about it either. It just happened. Do you remember that?
I remember they had like blood spilling and they had like amazing raucous fights. And I think that's why, like, I remember somebody was bleeding and then it was no longer on the air.
Well, Andy said the reason why was because like the ratings weren't there. Like, I think after, I think the second or third season, I'm not really sure how many, well, third season. After the third season, the ratings didn't go up even for the reunion. So that's when it was Bravo's decision to can it. But yeah, Wendy Williams also said that she wouldn't mind being a part of the cast as a friend.
Fuck your friendship.
Well,
no, I am sorry. She is, vomit. No, absolutely not.
I wouldn't mind seeing her on there.
She's not catty. She's not interesting. She's not funny. She's not quick-witted. No.
Yeah, like she can't have Norman with her, and that's the only way she'll like be able to make sense. So that's a good point.
She just wants to get near the cocaine. She just want to be where the cocaine reside.
Moving on to more Housewives news. What did you think of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City now that the season is over?
The whole season was about Jen. I don't like Lisa. I like Meredith. Jen is just too much, and I don't know if she's gonna come back. But they'll probably try to have her redemption season next year. Whitney's cool, but her husband is ugly. I know I'm forgetting one of them. Oh, Heather. I like Heather. I ain't talking about FFTF.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to bring her up. In my opinion, I thought the season was satisfactory. Like, it started out great. Like, the first 3 to 4 episodes was great. And then in the middle, I was just like, what is this? Like, the drama is just going down. And then it picked right back up, like when they were in the dirty tubs to the Vegas trip. That's what really sold me was the Vegas trip. I was like, okay, I like this. Yeah, I didn't like how she got in Whitney's face like that. Like, it was like right here. Jen don't have no black friends.
Because Tammy Roman, ooh, I wish Tammy Roman would have been there. And I'm talking about Tammy Roman at a feisty 43 where she would have broke that finger so fast. Tammy would have grabbed that.
Yeah, I think the women are really intimidated by Jen too, just because of her like behavior. Like, she's literally a loose cannon sometimes, just because like from the smallest things. But as a whole, like, let's see, like Lisa, I didn't start liking her. Well, I still don't like her, but I was like, okay, she can stay on the show after like she did so much on the Vegas episodes. I was just like, okay, she finally showing up to work. Heather, I love Heather, but she needs to get something done or something, like soften her face a little bit or something. Like she runs a beauty bar, for God's sakes. Like, I love Heather. Whitney, she can stay definitely. I think she deserves a center snowflake, honestly. Jen can come back. I mean, I feel like she wants to redeem herself next season. She'll be more aware, more so like Camille Grammer was on her season, her first season. Meredith, Miss Disengaging. Like, I just don't want to see her son anymore, and I don't want to see her husband either. That's an ugly husband. I don't want to see them. Mary, I think they need to replace her. Like, I don't like the kookiness. I think something isn't right with this woman. I really do, and I don't want to laugh at it. She just doesn't need to be on the show. I think they can replace her with a Black woman that's more cognitive of the things around her and isn't living in her closet.
In that dated house.
It's just so much. Like, she has clothes everywhere. And it's just like, where are you getting the money for these clothes? And you have 5 homes. She has more homes than Monique.
I don't believe her. And I don't believe that she doesn't rent them out.
Because she says she doesn't want to rent it out.
I don't believe her.
I don't believe anything she says.
Because I can't wait till we get to the reunion. I want to see who was lying. Did Mary lie when she said that Lisa and Meredith called her and said they were afraid of Jen? I believe that was a lie. I could see Lisa maybe doing it, but honestly, the way Lisa was acting with Jen, I don't believe that about Lisa. And I definitely would say Meredith did not say that. Meredith, she's a straight shooter.
I think Mary was just telling Whitney her opinion on the matter and just embellished and said, oh yeah, they told me they're afraid of her.
That's not an embellishment, that's an out and out lie. A filthy lie from the pit of hell, just like her closet.
I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt.
She is the doubt. Look at those elbows. If there's anything I doubt, it's those elbows. When your elbows and your complexion are more than 8 shades apart, you are the doubt.
Well, I don't think this reunion needs to be 3 parts. We will see. I don't think nothing happened that much to take 3 shows. I don't think so. It could have just had 1.
They could have had 1 good hour and a half packed special, but Bravo's not going to do that. They want the ad space.
That's true. And I'm just wondering, because people are like going easy on them because it's their first season. What Housewives franchise do you think had like the best first premiere season?
Atlanta.
I'm gonna disagree with you and say
Beverly Hills. It's that, because I forgot about the first season of Beverly Hills.
Goddamn mouth.
Because there's such different shows. Let's call it a tie. Because I feel like we got a lot of classic Housewives that first season that really made Atlanta what it is. But I feel like Beverly Hills was way more salacious and like, oh my God, these heifers are off the rails.
Atlanta, while we loved it, the reason why we loved Atlanta was because of the delusion. Like, all these women thought they were rich and they weren't. And that's what made Beverly Hills stand out so much, because these are these real women's lives. Like, they actually live this rich ass lifestyle. They actually have real drama. Like, these other women, they are parading around Atlanta thinking they are rich when they're like thousandaires. I mean, it was Big Papa. Nene didn't have no money. Sheree definitely didn't have no. She was like bragging off of child support. I think the only person who had money was
Deshaun Snow.
Deshaun Snow. And what came of her?
A divorce.
Exactly. And Lisa Wu, Hartwell,
they
didn't have money either.
Sure didn't. They were downsizing. Well, I guess that's our show, folks, and I will see you sooner than a fuck for the Super Bowl.
And I'll see you sooner than Trey Songz' next dick pic.